Right, so I guess it's finally time to revisit a weapon that's near and dear to my heart. I used to adore this weapon and used it all the time, but then as we got harder content like Steel Path, it kind of fell off, like harder than the Bloody Island boys. Now I'm of course talking about the Staticor. This is a funky weapon that comes from the Energy Lab in your dojo, and it's not too hard to get. You will need some Nighten extract and field run, but overall it's not too bad. The Staticor is an MR10 secondary that does pure radiation damage, and it's charge based. However, unlike with a lot of other charge-based weapons, the projectile stays the same regardless of charge. It's the explosion you get afterwards that changes. The explosion gets considerably bigger, you get more damage, and you actually get crit chance and crit multiplier when you charge it all the way. It is pretty janky though, since you can fire it at any charge or even completely uncharged. Before we get into the video though, I would like to say thank you to OM Wolfpack for the Exilus weapon adapters, secondary arcane adapters, as well as Forma bundles. Another pair of Forma bundles came from I Am a Floating Skull, so thank you. Another thanks goes out to Logic Broken for the primary arcane adapter. Then we have Hello Mida with yet another Forma bundle, thank you very much. And the final Forma bundle came from DG Eddie, so once again, thank you. Now I don't want to sound ungrateful here, okay? I really appreciate all the gifts you've been giving me, but guys, please, don't waste your hard-earned platinum on me, alright? So, as you can probably tell by the 8 Forma I have on the Staticor, I like this weapon quite a bit. Let's put on an adapter. Let's once again start off with Merciless, Galvanized Diffusion. Let's put on Lethal Torrent as well, the fire rate's gonna be very nice. How much crit do we get? 40.2 and a 4.6 multi? No, I don't think so. We can utilize one of the dashes with Anemic Agility for faster charge time, I guess. 0.4, that's pretty good. Definitely want to run Sure Shot on this for the extra spicy status. There we go, a bit of viral. I think electricity is gonna be the way to go here. Yeah, if I remember correctly, the projectiles are pretty slow. That's not too bad, look at that. It's not Steel Path yet, but that's a pretty good start. That is a pretty good start. We're definitely on the right track, because this works even for quick shots, but there's still a few things I want to try. Let's give heat a try as well. I don't think it's going to be as good as electricity, but let's try it. This is actually much better on unstripped enemies because of the armor strip you get from heat. I kind of forgot about that. Let's try Steel Path as well. Unsurprisingly enough, this is going to need some armor strip. This is exceeding my expectations. I mean, in the words of the mighty Rigor, I am very excited now. That is just the simulacrum though, so let's try a normal mission as well. What? Why are you rolling on the floor, my dude? So far, this is surprisingly solid. Wait, what? Why'd you die? The only thing I can think of that would do that is that the game thought the enemy was stuck, so it killed it. Why won't you... Oh wait, I'm out of ammo. What? Right, I don't have vacuum. This is not so hard, is it now? Ay. No, and no. Okay, this needs a bit of reshuffling. Let's go back to electricity. They really need to buff Magnum Force so that it adds as much damage, if not more, than Hornet Strike, because as it is, it just doesn't make sense. Like, I would love to use it to spread the projectiles out, but I'm just gonna run Hornet Strike because it adds more damage. Let's switch this dash into a V. Expel Grenier. Kind of annoying, not a big fan of faction mods. I don't like faffing around with them in between missions, but it is a massive multiplier. Let's warm them up for a bit of armor strip. Oh yeah, this is the way to go. Let's add Harold for a bit of viralage as well. Now this is what I'm talking about. Also, look at me. These things have an absolute bitchin' stance with the Harrow animations. Am I being stupid? Would it make more sense to just run crit? Let's try it. Let's just give it a try. Now that is interesting. I know the new damage numbers prefer crits over normal hits, but that's a lot of crits. Let's put Harold back in. Yeah, definitely want to run crit then. Also, I don't have to worry about having the right faction mod, which is always a nice plus. Well then, let us see how it do. These Guardian Eximus are the worst. Seriously, Vor and an Acolyte at the same time? Well, this is gonna be a mess, isn't it? Yeah, the single target could be better. The AoE is fantastic, but the single target is not great. Harold, what are you doing? Get up. You're embarrassing yourself in front of the people. It needs a lot of help, right? You need armor strip and you need viral priming, but if you can supply that, it's pretty damn nice. So here is the final setup. We have Galvanized Diffusion and Lethal Terrain for multi-shot, Prime Target Cracker and Pistol Gambit for crit, Prime Convulsion for electricity, Prime Fulmination for a bigger explosion, Sure Shot for status chance, and then Anemic Agility for a ton of fire rate. We also have Lethal Momentum to speed up the projectiles, as well as Secondary Merciless for base damage. Now this is very much an AoE setup, so the single target is not great, and it needs a bit of help once you push it into Steel Path. The setup doesn't provide its own vital, so you're gonna need priming, whether it is from a pet or nourish or something like that, and armor is an absolute death sentence for a setup like this, so if you're fighting against armored factions, you need to strip them completely. It's tremendous in high density missions, so like Endless Steel Path is absolutely top notch for this, but it's also fantastic for blasting your way through the star chart thanks to its massive AoE. Is this the best setup that I've ever used? No, not really. It is pretty fun though, because the AoE is absolutely enormous, and it does kind of pop off when you give it a bit of help. So if you're looking for a fun Staticor setup, I'd recommend you give this a shot. And as always guys, I thank you very much for watching and I hope you've enjoyed the video. I would also like to extend a special thank you to all the channel members. Thank you very much guys, I really appreciate your support, it means a lot to me, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.